in. Roll those shoulders up, back, and down. Rolling up, inhaling, exhaling back and down. Just a couple more here. Beautiful. Relax that down. You're going to start with a flat foot, and you're going to bring your left leg, left toes in front, right heel is on the ground, and we're just going to slide those left toes forward as we bend our right knee and up, and slide and up. So coming straight ahead of you. Now, if you wanted to, you could add on, whoops, when you come up, whoop, you pop up onto your toes and lift, and lift. But don't forget, when you come down, you have to bend your knees. So you're not just tap out, right? You bend, lift, up, come down, bend, lift, up. And if that heel raise is annoying to you, you don't have to do it. Good. Last two in this direction, and last one. All right, we're gonna go from there. The leg is gonna go out to the side, arms in front, ribs pull down, bend that right knee again, slide the left leg out to the side and come up and out and straighten your leg and reach, straighten the right leg. Bend the right knee and straighten it. And then if you want, you're gonna roll up on those toes as you come up. Just a little bit of extra heel raise, also a little bit extra balance. Nice job. Two more. Again, if the heel raise gets to you, you can omit it. All right. And then I'm turning, so I still have some floor space here. Abs drawn in. Left leg is behind you. Right knee is going to bend. I want you to straighten that left leg and reach back. But don't do it with a sloppy leg. Reach and stand. And reach and stand. You should really feel this in that right glute as you reach and stand. And reach and stand. And again, if you want, reach. As you stand up, come up on those tippy toes. Up. Heel raises as you come up if you want. And whatever you want with your arms, if they're more comfortable to the sides, that's fine. Obviously, or maybe not obviously, but I sure hope obviously, your right quad and your right glute are working. And if you're coming up on that calf, that calf. All right, stand on up. Okay, we're going to do all of that on the opposite side. So shift your weight onto your left leg, right toes in front, bend your left knee, slide those right toes forward and slide back. Slide forward and back, and forward and back. Do this by bending and straightening that left knee. Make sure you're sliding that right leg forward. And again, option as you come up to come up on your tippy toes. Slide forward, option up on your tippy toes. Therefore, not just left quad and left glute, but also left calf getting a little work here. Very nice. All right, shift that weight, feet back together. Weight still on that left leg. Right toes off to the side, abs drawn in, arms in front, the ribs stay down. Then that left knee, slide, foot to the right and up. And slide and up. So you're not putting any weight on those right toes. If you want to add on, rise up as you come up. Little heel raise and lift. And lift. Good. If you don't want to do the heel raise, that's fine. Just slide in. And this whole movement comes because of the bending and the straightening of the left leg. Last two. And last one. All right. And now that's gonna go to the back. So you're gonna bend your left knee, you're gonna stretch back with your right leg. Try not to let it get sloppy. So let it be a nice straight leg as you bend and reach and come up and reach and come up. Whatever you want with your hands. If you want to, as you come up, you roll up on those toes. up on those toes, and up. And keep that going. So that left quad, left glute, and again, if you're doing a heel raise, left calf should be getting the work. And come up. All right. So we're going to head down to the ground. I'm going to make sure that you guys can see me. So I'm going to just lie down real quickly. I think you can mostly still see me. Yeah. You guys, if anyone feels like they can't, you can unmute and holler at me. Otherwise, lying down position, hug those knees into your chest, one hand behind each, and we'll take a little rock here. Good, and then bring the knees and the ankles together, arms out into a T position, and knees are gonna drop over to your left. Try and open that right chest by getting that right shoulder closer to the ground, please. And then lift that right leg up. Left leg is going to follow, and then the knees drop to the right. And you open up that left side of your chest also, as well as your lower back. And then left leg up, and right leg follows. Hug those knees in again. All right. We're going to take a little rock side to side, or if your body feels okay with it and ready, a little forward and back rock. So rolling like a ball. And then if you're doing rolling like a ball, the next time you come up, you're going to pause. And if you're rolling to your side, just roll over to your side, come up. And then we are going to sit tall with our left leg in, cuddled up right up against us. So this will be a brief set. We've done some quad work already. We're just going to do a tad more, lucky you. So I want you to point your toes and flex your heel of your right leg. Point and flex, point and flex. Last time, point, flex, lift the leg off the ground. Point, flex, point, flex. Make sure you didn't scoot away from your other leg. So you're sitting tall, point and flex. Last time, keep the toes pointed, lift 1 inch, lift 1 inch, lift an inch, lift an inch. 3, 2, and 1. Flex through the heel, bend it, press through the heel, 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 leave it there, lift an inch, lift an inch, lift an inch. Try not to throw it up there, lift, lift. Now point the toes, bend an inch, and reach. And reach, straight out front, and reach, reach, and relax. Hopefully you felt that, just nice and square on that right quad. We'll stretch that later. Stretch your other leg out, right knee in. You want to get that rib and thigh connection so you can sit nice and tall, point and flex through that heel, and then lift the foot off the ground and point and flex. And then point the toe and lift 1 inch, hold for a moment, lift an inch and hold. Lift and hold, lift and hold, lift and hold, lift and hold. Flex through the heel. Press with the heel and push, and push, and push, and push, and push, and push, and point. Nope, flex, keep it flexed, lift, and lift, and lift, and lift, and lift, and lift, and point, and bend, and reach, reach, reach. And now relax. All right, so now we're going to lean back, bring your hands behind you. Try not to let the shoulders roll forward. So give me a roll back, and that will probably lift your chest up a little bit, which is fine. But then I want you to pull your ribs in. Center your knees, walk back to on your tippy toes, and then lift those legs up tabletop. Don't let them come way out here. So get them right up against you. There we go. Extend your right leg, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, bend at tabletop, other leg, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, knees bend, heels down, sit up for just a second. That was your preparation. Hopefully you felt a little bit going on there. Shoulders up out of your ears, lean back again, pull your abs in, shoulders out of your ears, legs lift tabletop, right leg points, lower it to the left foot, right? But don't let the left knee sneak in, but keep it in tabletop, flex and point, flex and point, flex and point, flex, point, flex, point, right knee in, left leg up, and then leg, and then bring it beside the right foot, flex and point, flex and point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, bend both knees, roll down, keep your legs in tabletop, hands hover above, right at your hip level, extend that right leg, keep the left knee where it is, point and flex, point and flex, point and flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, right knee bends, left leg points, reach, right knee stays step, point and flex, point and flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, knees in, separate your feet for a second, really wide, and we're going to alternate knees dropping in so you get a little stretch on the front of that quadricep, well, the front of that hip, and into your quadricep, and then the other direction. And then we'll do that one more time. And then the other leg. All right, so what we just did obviously looked a lot like our single leg stretch. So we're going to turn that into a single leg stretch, but we're going to be really conscientious about lengthening those legs. So legs go to tabletop, grab the backs of your hamstrings, elbows go wide, lift yourself up. So don't bring your knees in, instead lift yourself up to your legs. Extend that right leg, arms reach past your hips, lower that right leg, point, flex, and in. Left leg, lower, point, flex, and in. And then we go with the breath. Inhaling, exhale, reach, flex, reach, back, other leg, reach, flex, reach, back. Keep going, point, flex, point, bend, point, flex, point, bend, again. Keep it going. If your head, neck, and shoulders are tired, you can do this lying down. Of course, it is meant to be an abdominal exercise, so make sure you're using your abs. And then relax. Put your feet on the ground, heels right underneath your hips, hands by your sides. Deep breath in, press your shoulders open, lift your hips up in the air, lift your arms to hip height, bring your right knee into your chest, extend it up in the air, lower it beside your left knee. Familiar theme, flex, point, flex, point. Flex it, point it, flex it, point it. While you're doing this, that left glute, left hamstring should be working. If you want to add on a little heel raise as you point the toe, then you can do that. Good. Right knee bends and our hips are coming down. Deep breath in, hands by your sides, belly button pulls in. Press your shoulder blades against the mat, lift your hips, lift your hands, left knee in, extend it up in the air, lower it beside the right knee, point and flex. And again, if you want, you can add a heel raise. And then knee in, bring it down, hips come down, let those hips take a little rock side to side. Okay, Both legs extend straight up in the air, so your body's in an L position. Lift yourself up, bring yourself towards your legs, get a little higher if you can, elbows out to the side to start with, shoulders out of your ears, and then bring that right leg in closer to you. Point it hard, point both legs, let that left leg move a little bit forward, bring yourself to the right leg, bring it to you, and then flex through both heels. Feel that stretch on that right hamstring. Now switch your legs, point both toes, stretch the legs, feel the quads engaged, and then flex through both heels. And now we're going to switch point, flex your quads, flex, feel your hamstring stretch. Point as you switch, use your quads, flex, feel your hamstrings. Point, reach, flex, stretch. Point, reach, use your quads, flex. So don't be lazy. It's easy for me to do that on that point, but I want you to really activate both quads when you do that. A few more here. Good, last two. And relax. So that should have still been some ab work, but definitely should have still felt that in the quads and your hamstrings getting a nice stretch. All right, lift those legs to tabletop, shoulders out of your ears. Deep breath in, head, neck, and shoulders off the ground. Shoulders relax away. Fingers are gonna reach. We're gonna bend those knees open. We're gonna extend those toes. We're gonna flex through the heels. We're gonna lift the arms overhead. And then we're going to point, lift, reach in our slow double leg stretch. Exhale, bring it down. You can bring your head down to relax before you even start. Inhale, knees pivot open. Exhale, float off the ground. Inhale, point your toes, but when you do that, use those quads. Now exhale, flex the heels, stretch those hamstrings, arms go up overhead, and then pull that belly button muscles in, lift and reach for your toes, and then exhale, bring it down. So we inhale, knees open, feel the stretch on your inner thighs. Exhale to lift up, pull your abs in. Inhale, point the toes strongly, feel that quad work. Exhale, flex the heels, arms come overhead. Inhale, point, lift, reach, and exhale, bring it down. Inhale, knees open. Exhale, float off the ground. Inhale, point your toes. Exhale, flex your heels. Inhale, point, lift, reach for those toes. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, knees open. Exhale, float off the ground. Inhale, point your toes. Exhale, flex your heels, arms overhead. Inhale, point, lift, reach. Exhale, bring it down. Pay extra careful attention for this next one because you're doing it on your own after that. Knees open on the inhale. Exhale, head, neck, and shoulders lift. Inhale, point your toes. Use the quads. Exhale, flex the heels, stretch the hammies. Inhale, point, lift, reach. Exhale, bring it down. You have two more on your own, please. It's 6 steps. If you get 5 or 7 or 3 or 19, that's fine. And then when you finish that last one, knees come in nice and close to your chest. Take a little break. And then we're going to extend both legs up in the air. Hands down by your sides. Palms flatten out. Press your shoulder blades open. Push those shoulder blades into the ground. And then hover those hands about an inch. Deep breath in. Pull your belly button in. Take your right toes. Point them. Lower them no more than 45 degrees. Stay there. Make sure nothing weird happened with your left leg. Did it pull forward? Keep it straight above you. Now flex to that right heel, feel that stretch, point again, and lift it back up. Left toes are gonna point. Make sure the right leg didn't sneak forward, mine wanted to. Flex to the left heel, pull your abs flat, inhale, point, and come back up again. We're gonna abbreviate that just a little bit. So right toes reach, pointing, they exhale, flex, and lift back up. Left toes reach, pointing, exhale, flex, bring back up. Be aware what's going on here in your low abdominals and here in your low back. You want your low back to stay the same distance from the ground throughout this. This is like our toe touch, so if you had too much strain on your low back, you're gonna do this with bent knees, 90-degree angles. Otherwise, you're gonna continue with these straight legs. And if you're feeling hunky-dory and you want more challenge, then your feet come together, you point on the way down, maybe even in turn out, you pull those abs in, you flex and lift back up again. So you point to lower and exhale to flex and lift. And then again, just keep that one going for me, please. Good. Last two. And last one. Quick little break, knees into your chest, feet on the ground, walk them a little bit forward. Put the hand that's closest to me, palm down on the ground. Take your back hand and lift it straight up in the air. Deep breath in, exhale, start to lift yourself up, get your shoulder blades off the ground, and then hand on the ground, but elbow off, come up, look. You're gonna twist your chest towards me, but you're not gonna bring your arm towards me. So you're gonna twist, rotate, and then we're gonna come back to center and roll down. And now you're gonna do that to the other side. So the hand opposite me, palm down, hand towards me, towards the ceiling. Deep breath in, exhale, roll up, both shoulder blades off the ground, twist your chest, but leave your arm open. Back to center, roll down. All right, here we go. Arm that's towards me is down, deep breath in, exhale, lift, twist, reach, exhale, down. Inhale to prepare, exhale, lift, inhale, stay at the top, exhale, down, inhale at the bottom. Exhale, lift, twist, inhale, exhale, down, inhale, prepare, exhale, lift, twist, inhale, exhale, down. We're gonna do one more to each side with this version. And relax. Okay, you may stay with that, keeping your feet grounded. If you want the next challenge, stack your legs tabletop, but they don't get to flip-flop side to side. Deep breath in, hand towards me is out to the side, other arm is up in the air. Here's your challenge. Come up, twist, reach, hands together, come down, exhale, lift, twist, reach. Goal is no hands at all, right? Lifting and twisting, and lifting and twisting, and lifting and twisting. Good. Can you do this without too much momentum with your knees? Can you keep your knees exactly where they were and not let them roll forward? So this is important, okay? If this is your 90-degree angle, and then you come up and you move them way out here, that's no longer an ab exercise. That's belly pooch, that's low back strain. So make sure your knees stay close to you. Of course, if your feet are on the ground, you can have them at any angle you want. Good. And feet on the ground is a beautiful thing, right? You can do feet on the ground and no hands, just trying to not use momentum either. And you should be getting some wonderful oblique work, by the way, here. And then next time you are back in center, come up, and maybe you're seated, you can grab your legs, extend those legs out, pull your glutes out from under you, sit tall. Roll your shoulders out of your ears, bring your arms in front of you. Deep breath in, exhale, hinge, hinge, hinge. You don't want to collapse, but keep lifting up out of those hips, reach, reach, till you can't reach any farther, and then bring those hands down. And maybe you're going to grab your toes, roll your shoulders out of your ears. Good. Relax here in your spine stretch, and then we'll sit up tall. You're going to bring those knees together, feet together, shoulders out of your ears. Palms to the sky. Exhale, hinge back, curl your ribs and your abs in. We're going to do a little star here, right? If we can. And then exhale to lower and inhale to lift. Exhale, hinge back, ribs pull in. Inhale, arms up like a star. And exhale, lift. Inhale, up. Exhale, inhale, open. And keep that going for me, please. Good, good, good. A few more here. All right, next time you come up, I want you to pivot over onto your elbow facing me, please. Knees are going to be bent just a little bit. We're going to take that top leg and we're going to bring it in front of the bottom leg with the ankles crossing. We want to push this shoulder back and lift up out of it and use those lats to engage. And we're going to lift up in our side bend, not by moving your feet, but by simply straightening your legs. And so you really have to lift your hip. And then you're going to stack your feet and open your arm. And you're going to lift your top leg, star, and bring it down. Cross it in front, bend the knees, come all the way down. Ha ha. Here we go again. So you side bend to lift those hips, you straighten the legs, you stack the top leg, you open your chest, lift the top leg, bring it down, bring it in front, bend the knees all the way down, deep breath in, all the way up, stack and open, lift if you can, bring it down, bend, option, hover, and then come up again, open, stack, lift, tap, in front, all the way down, or hover. How about just two more? I'm watching you, please, and thank you. Good. One more. And relax. And let's pivot over and do that on the other side. So we're going to start with the knees bent, crisscrossed at the ankle, shoulder pushes back. We're going to lift up out of it. We're going to use those lats to engage. We're going to lift our hips, and then without moving our feet, we're going to straighten our legs by simply arching. Then we're going to leave that top, or stack that top leg. We're going to pivot open. We're going to lift that leg if we can, bring it down, cross in front, bend the knees, curtsy, and come all the way down. We're going to go right back up again, straighten it, stack it, open, lift, lower, in front, bend, curtsy, all the way down. And now on this one, if you don't want to come all the way down, you don't have to. Here we go. Up again. Good. Open, stack, lift, stack, in front, curtsy, maybe not all the way down, back up, stack, open, lift, lower, in front, curtsy, and you have four more like that for me, please. Good. Make sure those hips are off the ground at some point. And on that last one, come down and end up on your abdominals, please. You're going to stack your hands and let your forehead rest on your hands. Bring your big toes to touch. Put your toenails on the mat and then bring your heels in to engage that lower body. We're going to let the heels pivot open and squeeze them in. Pivot open and squeeze in. Heels open and in, and open and in. Leave them open, squeeze them in. Let them open and squeeze them in. Open and in, open and in. Last two, open, in. Last one, open, in, heels together. Stay there. Pull your belly button in, shoulders out of your ears. Squeeze those glutes. And then I want you to tuck your toes and lift your kneecaps. So your heels are, your toes are tucked. Your thighs hopefully are off the ground. And then all you're going to do is point your toes, and that should keep your lower body up in the air. And then you're just going to give me little flutter kicks here. But while you're doing that, your quads are active, right? So you are reaching through those toes, We didn't do all that work at first just to make you miserable. Well, maybe a little. And then relax. And you can let those hips rock side to side. You can bend your knees and windshield wiper if you would prefer. Okay, we're gonna do that crazy thing where we put breaststroke and flutter kick together, but we're gonna keep our feet down this time to start with. Big toes together, heels touch, and that should squeeze everything together. Hands underneath your shoulders, deep breath in. Exhale, pull your belly button in, lift up, give me an inhale at the top. Exhale, arms reach forward. Inhale, pull back. Exhale to reach. Inhale, pull back. Exhale, reach. Inhale, pull. Exhale, reach. Inhale, pull. Two more. Exhale, reach. Inhale, pull. Last time. Exhale, reach. Inhale, pull, and relax. All right, so pretty simple. We're just going to put those together. Take your toes, tuck them under, lift your kneecaps, and then point your toes, and that should bring your thighs off the ground. Start your flutter kick. Inhale, lift your upper body. Exhale, arms reach forward. Inhale, pull back. Exhale, reach. Inhale, pull back. Exhale, reach. Inhale, pull back. And relax. And then this time you can, again, either windshield wiper or you can press all the way back into our child's pose, resting pose, if that might work better for you. And then as you come up, we're coming onto hands and knees, shoulders out of your ears. Find a neutral spine for me, right? So your abs pull in, your ribs pull in, back and neck is in line with your spine. And then stretch your right foot out on the ground and flex through that heel and feel that stretch in your hamstring. Shift your weight forward a little bit, but keep the toe on the ground. Walk your left hand a little bit ahead. Shoulders out of your ears. Notice if they crept up by the ear. Point your right toes, and then just keep that that foot at or lower than hip height. Tap it down and lift it up. Tap it down, lift it up. Now flex, tap with the flex foot, lift, tap with the flex foot. Now you're gonna alternate, point, tap, and flex, tap. If you want, you can just stay with that. Otherwise, hold the leg up, bring your left arm up, get it by your ear. And then you're gonna do both, tap and lift, and tap and lift. Now, you're pointing and flexing that right leg, that right foot. If that's not happening because it's confusing because we added the arm and it made my head start to explode, you can go back to just tapping and lifting, not worrying about whether or not the foot is flexed. So just stabilizing here. This is still working your abs. You should feel a little bit in the right glute, but your spinal stabilizers are the ones that are getting most of the work. All right, let's bring that down, shake it out, and then square everything up, find your neutral spine. Abs come in, ribs come in, you still have some arch in your spine, and then we're gonna extend that left leg out and flex through those toes and feel that stretch in your hamstring, and then shift forward and feel it even more. Right little fingers walk forward, lift those right toes, point them, flex them, point them, flex them, and now point, tap down, lift up, flex, tap, lift, point, tap, lift, flex, tap, lift. Leave that left leg in the air, extend your right arm up, hold there, or option 2, tap your hand and your toe, tap your hand and your toe flexed, tap your toe and your hand pointed. Up to you. I find I'm doing weird things with my hand, sort of flexing the wrist and extending the wrist. And again, if some of that is confusing, you can do just the leg. You could do just the arm, although the leg's a little more affected in this case. You could just hold the arm if you want. and then come on down. Very nice. We are pivoting back over onto our spine. We're going to bring those knees in again. Take a little break here, hips rock side to side. And we're going to stretch out that left leg and pull the right knee in. Since we just worked our low back, we're going to flex it the opposite direction. We're going to hug that knee in and curl your forehead towards that knee. And then we're going to go ahead and give it a spinal twist here by dropping the right arm to the right and the right leg to the left. Nice and easy, back through center, hug that right knee in, extend it out. Left knee into your chest, give it a nice hug. Maybe curl your forehead towards that knee to get that roundness in the spine after we extended, and then drop down, although we're basically in neutral spine, and then that twist, please. And then nice and easy, back through center. Arms up overhead, legs in the opposite direction, point the toes. Now flex through the heels, and as you do, tuck your tailbone under, feel that low back come to the ground. Point your toes, reach with your hands, and then exhale, flex, and you're gonna stay there. So your toes are flexed back towards your face, your low back is pushed into the ground. Hands are gonna be by your sides, reaching, hovering above the ground. Don't press your shoulder blades down. Take a nice deep breath in, nod your head yes. Exhale, staple your belly button down, pull your ribs in. And then on the next inhale, lift your head, neck, and shoulders off the ground. And then we're all gonna stay here. We're gonna lift the arms even higher as we inhale. We're gonna exhale, lower them, and reach a little higher. We're gonna inhale, lift them again, and then we're gonna exhale, and we're gonna lower them down. We're gonna inhale, we're gonna lift all up again. We're gonna lift those arms up. Pause, we're gonna bring them forward, exhale, lift a little higher, inhale, they come up again, and then we exhale and roll down. Stick with that if you need to, otherwise, on the inhale, you roll all the way up. If you get stuck, I want you to bend your knees, help yourself up. Inhale, exhale, you're gonna hinge or you're lifting farther up. Inhale, lift, and then lower those hands forward, and exhale, squeeze, roll back. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, no kicking. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, hinge forward, or you're reaching on the inhale, or on the exhale. Inhale, back up again, and exhale, rolling down. So this is our neck pull exercise. Inhale as you come up. Maybe you can come all the way up. Exhale through the difficult spot. Inhale, tall. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, tall. Exhale, roll down. When you roll down, you are actually tucking those hips under. Inhale, come right back up again. Exhale through the difficult spot. Inhale to reach. Exhale to hinge and reach. Inhale to sit tall, lower the hands. Exhale, glute squeeze, pull everything in. 2 more times on your own this time. Whatever version you need to do, you just want to be conscientious to not fling yourself up. So the smaller range of motion version is here. And then once you're lying back down again, after that second one, you're gonna roll over onto your side. We're gonna bring that arm right underneath our ear. We're gonna straighten both legs. I want you to look down and make sure you can't see your toes. So push your legs a little behind you if need be. Stack your hips and lift your waistline off the ground. Top foot is gonna go flex and point down, and that's gonna be important. Otherwise you won't feel like you're doing much here. Tap the toe in front, keep the heel way up in the air. I even rotated my hip so you could see, but I don't want you to actually rotate your hip. And then lift it and tap it, and lift it and tap it. So as you do this, you're very, very pigeon-toed. Waistline still lifted. Good. Lift that leg up, keep it pigeon-toed, bring it behind you, tap it down, lift it up, tap it down, lift it up. For a little extra challenge, can you lift your bottom leg off the ground? Or, yeah, as much of the leg as you can. The foot, the shin for sure. Can you get the knee? Maybe even some of the thigh. And that inner thigh will be working a bit. And relax. If you felt that in that hip, give that hip a little love. If you didn't feel it in that hip, I apologize. I don't know what to say. Other than I'm sorry. We're switching sides. Not sorry about that. All right. Arm reaches out. We are stacking. When you look down, you can't see those little tootsies. Waistline off the ground. Top leg lifts. Bring it in front. Flex that heel towards the sky and toe lifts and lowers. Keep that waistline lifted. Keep that toe pointed. Make sure it's in front. Is it touching the ground in front of the foot? Are you sure? No, I believe you. Last two. And last one. Lift that leg up, bring it behind you. Toe is still pointed down. Waistline is still lifted. Tap and lift. Tap and lift. Feeling that booty. For more challenge, can you lift that bottom leg off the ground? And relax. Ooh, give that hip a little love. Very nice. And press yourself up, please. Seated position, mermaid. Left leg in front, right leg off to the side. We'll do the challenge and then we'll do a stretch from here, right? That's fair. So as you lift up, notice if this happened, if your ribs swayed over, maybe pull that glute out from under you. Get your arms by your ears, hands together. So this is going to make us honest so that we can't do this, right? Squeeze that little head between your hands. And as you're ready, you're heading over to the left. Make sure that your ears and your arms stay attached and then come straight up. And that right heel stays on the ground. So you go to the side and you come up. Now, certainly you're working your obliques, but some of you are also going to feel this in that right outer hip. Nice. This time go over, put that left hand down, reach with that right arm, open your chest, pivot to the back of the room, and then close your chest, pivot down, bring that arm down. Can you walk your right fingers to the back of the room and get a big rotation in that low back? Walk it on back, bring it up, lift it up, woo! Pivot those legs to the other side, please. And again, if you're hunched down, pull those right glutes out from under you. Arms up, hands together like a candlestick, and you go to the opposite side. Now this is where you find out, one side goes better than the other, works better. That's about your hips, whether one hip might be a little more forward than the other. I don't mean that it means that hip is sassier, but it might be. This time, right elbow down, left arm up. Rotate open and rotate close. Bring that arm down, maybe crisscross and walk it towards the back of the room. Get a nice stretch. And then as you come up, you can unmute yourselves because we are going to cat-cow. So hands and knees. Shoulders out of your ears. Let's just start with a little sway side to side. And then you're going to cat and undulate up and over to the right. Meow. and cow over to the left. Then you're going to cat to the left, meow, and cow to the right. Oh. And then you can continue that side to side, or you can just do the regular cat, meow, and cow forward. Somebody sounds like a real cat. That's awesome. Abs drawn in, bring yourselves up. Big deep breath in. As you put your hands down, pull those ribs down, shoulders out of your ears, back of the neck, and long. Give yourself a high five.